Welcome back to the reading of Reclaim Yourself by me, Jessica Nuñez-LaMarre. Chapter 6, Losing Myself. It was a good thing Zoom was not popular in 2013. I pumped everywhere. In restaurant bathrooms, the car, customer nursing rooms, my office, airplanes, and airports. But within a few weeks, it was starting to feel like too much. I was overwhelmed by motherhood, and work was settling in. I was staying up late working and not sleeping at night because Blake would wake up hungry and then need to try to function throughout the day. I was giving myself to everyone else and leaving no room for me. My mental, physical, and emotional health was deteriorating. Sitting in my office, staring at my computer as voices mumbled through the speakerphone, I looked down at the bottles attached to my breasts. I could see only 1 ounce in each bottle. My eyes watered, yet no tears fell. I forgot how to cry years ago. I felt like a horrible mom. How could my body not produce what she needed? Guilt flooded me. Recounting the times I skipped a pump session to attend a meeting. How could I choose work over my daughter? Yet this is not what it felt like. It felt like I had no choice. I needed to work, to take that meeting, to take that call, because if I didn't, then I wouldn't be good at my job. I could lose it, and then who would care for us? After months of being stressed about my milk supply, work meetings, job status, and living with no sleep, I decided it was time to make a change. Even while experiencing all of this, I received a raise, a large one at that. It was not that work didn't think I was doing well. It was that I thought I wasn't doing well. And it felt like I couldn't function like I used to. I started looking for other jobs where I could work from home. In October of 2013, when Blake was 5 months old, I started the job I thought would solve everything. I would love to say here that everything got better and life was amazing. But the thing about a new job is that unless we've taken time to transform our lives, to heal, we take the same us into the new job. While it was nice to work from home and breastfeed my daughter in between meetings or even during meetings, I still had to drive to customers and get on the occasional plane ride. Ultimately, I still carried the same type A, overachiever, people-pleasing mindset. I was the one who felt responsible for getting everything done and was riddled with the thoughts that I always needed to do more, be more, and give more of myself to show I could get the job done. The one riddled with guilt. If you had told me then that I was depressed, I would have said no way. If you had asked others, they would say Jessica is one of the happiest people I know. But alone, in my office, I felt unmotivated, with a lack of focus, and I felt disconnected from who I was and what I wanted. I was depressed, dispirited, and disconnected from me, from myself. In May of 2015, I began working at a new technology company only 6 weeks after giving birth to my second daughter. It was way too soon. I was not ready to go back. I was not done bonding. Heck, I wasn't even done bleeding. The same type A overachiever followed me into this job as well. I spent 3 of my 6 weeks of maternity leave studying the new products for this company every day. I felt I needed to be ready to know on day one what value I brought to the company and the value my company brought to our customers. I continued to work a tremendous number of hours, picking up my phone first thing in the morning and finishing emails and presentations when everyone had been asleep for hours. There were nights I was just too tired to shower. There were mornings I wanted to sleep for 10 more hours. I was too busy taking care of everyone else. My ability to enjoy the little things was fading, and my irritation, frustration, and anger were growing. My body was sending me so many signals to slow down. Monthly sinus infections, irritable bowel syndrome, and the daily reminders my body would send me that I wasn't getting enough sleep, brain fog, and memory loss. You would think the signals from my body would slow me down, yet it didn't. I pushed right through. I didn't have time to be sick. I gave all I could to my kids and my work. What little energy I had left over, I used to keep everyone else happy, including my husband, my family, taking care of the house, bills, groceries, doctor's appointments, laundry, meals, the rental property business, everything. It was as though I was carrying a 200-pound invisible backpack, and I didn't know how to tell anyone about it except through yelling mixed with irritation and moodiness. Since I felt, or rather, was taught that moms are supposed to do it all, I didn't know how to share the invisible load. So I walked around with my back in pain, my shoulders hurting, and my neck killing me, feeling unsupported and unappreciated with all the excess weight that pulled me down. I had nothing left to give to myself. I felt like asking, rather pleading for help, but I didn't do this because I had to be the strong one. No one was to know the difficulty and challenges we were going through. Sweep it under the rug and let no one else see. I had to be okay, fine, and good. So every day, I plastered a smile on my face and pretended, and even convinced myself that I was fine. I became a robot. I couldn't feel my feelings. As a robot, I was safe from feeling what was happening in my life. The strained relationship with Wayne that at the core hurt my heart, yet showed up as resentment. The endless work requests, proving the constant reminder that what I did was never enough. And the yelling at my kids that kept me from addressing the hurt inner me. I had plenty to keep me from being present in the moment. I had work, presentations, meetings, and goals, and that is what I prided myself on, all that I accomplished. I was so disconnected from my feelings, I would numb out by doing, staying active and never slowing down. If I didn't slow down, I didn't have to feel. While I didn't realize it at the time, I was keeping myself from feeling the deep feelings, the feelings that make one reflect on life. It kept me from feeling the pain and the hurt in my relationships, the ones with others, but mostly the one with myself. While at times I took my anger, frustration, resentment, sadness, hurt, hate, and grief out on others, the inner turmoil was always on. I was not a friend to myself. I ignored myself, spoke mean words to myself, didn't listen to myself, and pushed my body so hard every day that I ignored the body aches to slow down. I ate poorly and drank caffeine to push through. I was a servant to the doing, to the constant go, go, go. I started to realize all the impacts burnout had on my physical body. The constant sinus infections, neck, shoulder, and back pain, and the nonstop stomach aches that would keep me in the bathroom or out of the bathroom for days. I had blepharitis and eye infection. I had many different physical symptoms that a part of me knew were because I was so burned out and just needed to rest. Yet another part of me didn't know how to rest, and I didn't believe there was any time for me to rest. I didn't believe I was worthy of resting or slowing down. And I thought that if I did rest, that I would lose it all. My mental health was struggling. I was stuck in my head, trying to balance work and home unsuccessfully. In my mind, I would constantly replay meetings or situations at work or play out potential scenarios in preparation for upcoming meetings. I was spending all my mental cycles on the 3 Ps: preparing, perfecting, and ensuring as much productivity as possible. I didn't take any time for myself. I thought it was selfish, and that if I did take time for myself, others would think I was a bad mom or employee. No one ever modeled self-care to me. My mom was the first one up and the last one to sleep. She never stopped. She did everything she possibly could to help us. And we were so rude to her. We didn't appreciate her or support her. And I found myself in the same cycle, doing everything for everyone else and feeling unappreciated and unsupported. Why? Why, I asked myself as I sit on the bathroom floor. No answer nor reason come through. Just minutes before, I was carrying my third child. Now, I sit on the bathroom floor, not pregnant, alone and 1,626 miles from home in my hotel bathroom. Not just any hotel. I was at the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center for a business conference. This resort has 2,888 rooms and 9 acres of indoor gardens, making it the largest non-casino hotel in the continental U.S. This place was big and beautiful. I was surrounded by people at the conference. However, I felt alone and empty. I sat there, not even allowing a tear to flow. I could hear the thoughts in my head. I must be strong. Everything happens for a reason. At least I got pregnant in the first place. So many couples struggle with getting pregnant. I'm fine. I have a lot to do. I will just work. I get up, get my laptop, and put my focus on it. I work on the presentation I need to complete for my manager. I can't stop thinking about what just happened. I decided to call Wayne, who is home with our 2 kids. I pick up the phone, find him on my favorites, and hesitantly hit his picture. He answers, "Hey." I can tell he is a bit frustrated as he tries to get the kids ready for bed. "Hey, babe," I hear myself say. Then I just blurted out, "I just had a miscarriage in the bathroom." I walk him through all the details, none of which he wants to hear, but he goes with it, all the while trying to get the kids' pajamas on. "I'm sorry, babe," he says with no emotion in his voice. I feel alone, but I know he has a lot going on with work and the kids, and I hear the girls in the background. I want to cry, but I don't. Be strong, Jessica. Be strong. Don't cry. Be strong, I tell myself. Then I hear a quieter, calmer inner voice silently say, "But I am so sad. This is heartbreaking." The louder voice snaps me out of it. "You are fine." When he asks if I'm okay, I say yes, I'm fine, but I am not. "Love you," he says. "Love you," I hear myself say. I press the red button and sit on the bed for a moment, replaying the conversation in my head. I don't want to think about this anymore, I say to myself. I grab my laptop and work until I am too tired to think. I then close my laptop, lay down, and force myself to think about the work things I need to do. Finally, I drift off to sleep. The next morning, I find myself feeling like it was a nightmare. I don't want to believe what just happened last night, but my body reminds me otherwise. I pack up my things. Fortunately for me, the night of the miscarriage was the last night of the conference. Today I get to go home. Today I get to hold my girls. Today I get to hug my husband. I open the door to walk out of my room. Look back at the bathroom. Close my eyes and shut the door, wanting to leave the whole situation behind me. I get on the elevator, press the L button, and down I go to the main floor. I walk out of the elevator to see multiple people I know. One walks up to me. "Good morning, how are you?" he asks. "Good," I reply. I'm not good. I just lost my baby last night in my hotel room. I'm 1,626 miles away from my family, and I feel alone and sad. But I don't say any of this out loud. I plaster on my smile and walk through the lobby, trying to make it to the door before anyone else stops me. But about 10 steps into my mission to get out the door, I hear my name. Fortunately for me, the man who stops me is one who I have built a healthy working relationship with. I feel comforted as he hugs me goodbye. He had no idea how much I needed that hug. I have never told him either. Back home, I walk in the door and my girls run to me. I hold them both, and it fills my heart with joy, but also a little angst. For I want to cry, knowing that I could have been, knowing what could have been, and that when I left, I held 3 babies, and now I only hold 2. I stand up and hug my husband. "How are you?" he asks. "I'm good," I lie again. I just want to go lay down and cry, but I don't. There's so much to do: play with the kids, clean up the house, put my stuff away, and work. So again, as I do every time something happens and I don't want to feel the pain, I throw myself into work and into the doing. The doing keeps me safe. It keeps me safe from the emotions under the feelings and keeps my mind focused on what needs to get done, which is never ending, a mechanism I've come to rely on. I keep trying to make everyone else happy, make everything look good, and do it all. Something had to give, and it did.